It's so rewarding. I mean, there's no other job that I can think of where it's just instant gratification of, working people. You see really instantaneous results. My name's Oonagh. I work as a cash support worker. I've worked here for about 3 years now. Our service is an all-age service, so you can have clients who are elderly, or you can have clients pre-birth, work with them in their childhood. For me, the job is mainly around building relationships with people and getting to know people and their families, and through doing so, building trust. And you can then start to understand, why have they become involved with the service? Do they must feel that they need some help in some area, and how can you best support that? Can you connect them to other organisations or statutory services? And or is it just emotional support that somebody may need that you can provide for a period of time? Or can you do more practical things such as work around debt and poverty, or getting grants for furniture, helping somebody move home, helping somebody move into residential care if they're an older person? For a child, can you help a child in school? Can I go to school and meet with their teacher? And can I attend groups with them? Within this role specifically, you're working with the Jewish community, which is really, really varied. You can work with people who are Jewish in name only, or possibly wouldn't even identify as Jewish at all. And then, go and visit a really ultra-Orthodox house where I have to sit in a room with a Jewish man and keep all the doors open so I'm not in the room with him. So I really enjoyed that variation in my work as well, and not being Jewish, just learning about another community as well. I like having the opportunity to meet different types of people. Maybe I'm quite a nosy person. I like knowing things about people. I think it's very interesting. I think if you were seeing the same people again and again, you wouldn't keep your mind fresh. You wouldn't look at different approaches. And also, it's quite practical, the job. I like that aspect of the job. I had a baby that I worked with the mum, and she'd had premature twins. And I went round and looked after the baby who was on dialysis, and she just handed me the twin. That was when I first started, so it was quite an unexpected visit, but I really enjoyed that. And then you sort of leave and you think, well, I can't go round every day, but what support can we put in place for that person? You always debrief, like if you've had a difficult visit, we always come back and talk about it, and make a cup of tea, have a chat about what you've done. And for me, it's really that if I go and visit someone and it's, really difficult, say if I went to see someone and I thought, they were really living in poverty, it was really, really poor conditions where they were living, my main priority would be to go and see my colleagues to speak about what is the best place to start helping that person. All right, I've seen them at that level, how can I go back next time and actually have something to improve on? So it's quite a small team that I'm part of. I personally like that because you're really close to your team members, and everyone who's in our team specifically has actually worked for the Fed for a number of years. So we've got a really close relationship, and how best people work. So depending on your clients, you would go and see different members of the team. But working at Heathland specifically so although I'm part of a small team, there are also lots of other teams that we lean on for support. I've had a really positive experience of working here and having a lot of opportunities, training opportunities, for example. They've run a lot of training courses here at the Fed. My manager's been really supportive in my development. I've been offered the opportunity to have my social work degree apprenticeship paid for whilst continuing to work at the Fed, and stay on permanently as a social worker after that. It's hard to just put that into words, isn't it? Why do you really like working here? I suppose it's so varied. The people that you meet, you could walk in and you could bump into a colleague, or you could bump into a resident here. It's really friendly. A lot of people who you meet here, who work here, have worked here for years and years, and several relatives work here. So that must be quite, most people must also feel the same way, that they enjoy working here. And I've recommended to friends to work here. So why would I do that?